I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I. She be in a, she just made a big. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like whoa, reaping what I sow, harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I released my soul, now they taking pictures of it.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots, and it's all up next.
You're getting a look at the most famous building in Foxborough. Opened in... Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Gillette. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, second year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's May. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
May on 1st and 10. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Trying again, following the sack. Henry on the catch. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
May now on 3rd down. Throw left side, caught by Douglas. And this one doesn't go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
That one intended for Jalen Waddle, and it sets up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Tagovailoa again. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Again, it's Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're now set for 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Tua again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Running back sent in motion. Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like the DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. A very short kick. The tight end gets it on the fake. And they were all over this one. They stop him short, and the fake fails. The fake field goal does not get it done. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, clearly the defense did not go all in on the block right there, and fortunate for them, because it allowed them to pivot when they saw the fake, and they stay in position to defend it beautifully.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. May now from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Patriots football. They've got a 1st to begin the frame. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now a shotgun handoff to Stevenson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, it's May. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. No return on that punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. So Miami headed out for its 2nd drive of the game. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. That's Hill on the slant. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, Tunga Vailoa. That's caught, Devon Achane. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Tua now from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get some late points and the lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Sanders all set to send it away. Antonio Gibson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's New England ready once again on offense. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's May. It's taken in by Kendrick Bourne. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st and 3. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Gets it quickly to Douglas. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
To the air yet again, May. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Throwing the out route complete. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's good for 7 yards. And the Patriots will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
May on 1st and 10. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They are throwing it again. Drops back. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take second and goal now from the 13. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's May, third and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 4th and goal.
All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Fourth down's going to bring out Joey Sly and the Patriots field goal unit for the first time. It's a 36-yard look for him. Up and good from Joseph. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to the break. The visiting Dolphins holding an early advantage. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studio. Going on a bit of a speed run, it seems. We are flying past halftime and going right to the start of the third quarter. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. D. Eskridge to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
First down, here's Tua. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
2nd and 10 now. Fits it through the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Kyle Tucker makes the play. And the Patriots see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
May not have throw on 3rd. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Trying the left side with Stevenson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing is May. Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
From the gun on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They put Bourne in motion right. Here's a give on the jet sweep. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a New England first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Throw reeled in by Stevenson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
From the gun, it's May. And they will score. It's a New England touchdown. The Patriots grab the lead on their first series of the half. Sly gets the extra point to go. And the Patriots push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Eskridge on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This our last play of the quarter. On first down, here's Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. So we hit the end of the third quarter. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tua looking to throw. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Trying to pick it up here with Achane. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. Got to secure the pick before anything else.
They kick the running back in motion. Back to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. Looking to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments, the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing them.
1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Risky throw, and it's intercepted! Kyle Decker makes the play.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough. Patriots only up by a few. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go again with Stevenson. And he has this up across the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Looking to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now a give to Stevenson, coming right. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So as they've done so many times before, Brock, the Patriots take the win here at Gillette Stadium. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Patriots emerge as winners, as with that, we'll sign off from New England.
It's Paul. I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. All that and more coming up next.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And we're off and running from Charlotte. Deontay Hardy to return. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
They send a tight end in motion. Play fake, Jackson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Jackson yet again. Gets this one to Andrews. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 42 as this opening drive continues. Jackson's going to throw again. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Now Zay Flowers the intended receiver, and it's going to be 2nd down. Bateman, the motion man left. Play action now with Jackson. Connects with Bateman. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Lamar throwing again. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Again, it's Jackson to the air. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Down. Ready, go.
Young working from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Third and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, Young. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So on 4th down now, the Panthers calling an all-pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They've got a man in motion. 1st down, here's Lamar. Gets this to Bateman. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1st down throw for Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Lamar off to play fake. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They motion a receiver left. They go play fake with Jackson. Finds Aguilar. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Henry. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just... short for 3rd down. Trying to run with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Running for it. Here's Henry. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that is so deflating as an offense. Such a long drive. You know you're going to go for it on 4th down. And what a shame. All that effort, it goes for naught as the defense comes up with the stand. It gets off the field.
The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd try. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive.
Ready?
Young on 1st and 10. Connection made to Tremble. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. They send a receiver in motion right. To the air on 1st down. Young finds Sanders. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Play action now. Young. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers would take the lead with a score. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Ready, ready. Ready, go. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
A second down throw for Young. Gets this to Sanders. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Young to throw here on third. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Rolling left, buying some time. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
From the 20 on second down. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that means third down coming up.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
On third down, it's Young. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Staring at fourth down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. Maher connects there, and they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Hardy on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, Jackson. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Raheem Blackshear now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Young working from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Check right. Check right.
Handoff running right. Hubbard. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 4. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Set. Ready. Hut.
Receiver in motion, headed right.
Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Come on. Set.
Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Let's go.
Young on the play action. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on 4th down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. 1st down. Here's Lamar. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. First and 10. Here's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Fits it through the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. And again, it's Jackson. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Jackson yet again. Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender comes away with it. J.C. Horn to pick it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Carolina offense headed out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cut.
This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Out of the gun, Young. He finds Sanders. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Now Young. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Ready, set, go. Cut.
Young to throw it. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Three quarters in the books from this one. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go, set. Cut, go. Set.
To the air on first down, Young. Searches from the pocket, and he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here we go. Cut, cut.
On 2nd and 10, Young. That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Ready, set.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Down. Set.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it in. Get what you need.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Hubbard again. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Watch out now.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Stopped at the line, and that forces them into a 4th and long.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers holding on to a field goal lead. A big moment coming up for Eddie Pinheiro on this attempt. Already has 1 in this game, this from 30. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Kate, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. He'll look to throw it. Gets this to Bateman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Bateman, the motion man left. Here he is to throw.